Okay, Frank, this is the back end of your website, and there's a lot of material I want to go through with you, so let me just make it as easy as possible. The first thing that I installed that I think is going to be the most helpful for you is something called Sidekick right here. So this is going to tell you how to do your website settings, your posts and pages, your visual editor, your media library, your menu, your comments, and also change out your themes, because I left several themes on here for you that will be beneficial. Now, with that being said, the first thing I think is important for you, and this can be confusing for a lot of people, so if you want me to do it, I can do it for you. It is an extra fee, but what you do is you want to go in here and connect Jetpack. So you're going to have to connect a wordpress.com account, which is different than your wordpress.org, and I know that's ridiculous, but it's just how WordPress is set up. So that's how we're going to have to do it. So you need to go in and connect this so that we can start talking about how to auto post your blogs to your Facebook, to your Twitter, to your LinkedIn, to all of your other social media to help you leverage your posts a little bit. With posts, this is pretty easy. This is when you're going to submit a blog post. So all you have to do is click Add New. It's pretty easy. And then you're just going to put your title here, and then you're going to put your blog here, and then any other images or items here as well. So I've made that as easy as possible. This down here on the bottom will allow you to put in different layouts, different slideshows, different sidebars, different headlines, different group templates, different extras, different menu items. So you can do pretty much whatever you would like to do, but it's pretty self-explanatory, and it's actually something that's covered here in Sidekick when you go under Posts. So if you say create a post, it's going to walk you through creating a post. Cool, right? So then, your media library. Your media library is actually everything that we have put in as much as... this stinking thing doesn't want to stop. Okay, we're good. Thank you. Media. So, this media library is actually everything that we have already put in as far as photos for your site. So this is where you can go to see those. Now, one thing I want you to be cognizant of is the more photos you upload to your site, the slower your site is going to get, because they're not smushed. They're large images. So try to keep the images you upload at a minimum. Use things from other URLs when you can, but if not, there's a tool I will load on before I turn this over to you called WP Smush that will keep images smaller. Pages. This is going to list every single one of your static pages. So as what you see here is this. Now, I trashed 31 pages that had to do with the images, or 31 pages that had to do with the theme that were not relevant to your blog, because it hurts you to have a whole bunch of pages here SEO-wise that will not benefit you. So I trashed all those, and I kept only the ones that are relevant. Comments. The way I have it set up is when somebody comes in and comments on your blog, you're going to have to actually approve that comment or mark it as spam. So when you log into your dashboard and you see comments, and there'll be a little orange box like here on plugins, when you see comments with the little orange box on there, that's something you're going to have to address. Unless, of course, you hire us to address it for you. Clients. This is where you can add different clients and new client types. That's a whole different other page, and that's a whole different other story, but it's something you can do. Testimonials. This is where you can go and add a new testimonial should you get one, which is incredibly important. So it's very easy for you to do that. You just go to testimonial, add new. Team. Should you add anyone to your team, you simply add that person and their position to your team. So that'll be kind of cool, and you can display that using a short code on one of your pages. Portfolio. Portfolio is items or things you have completed. This is something I highly encourage you doing. If you can provide, different samples above and beyond the 2 that you've done, giving a portfolio page, I think, would be definitely beneficial to you. Appearance. The appearance is going to give you different options with your theme options, with your slider bar, with your testimonial settings, with your team settings, and so on. So really with this, it's just going to be clicking on it. If you need any help with this, I have already programmed it in to where you can get theme help. So if you need help with the theme above and beyond what I offer, you can definitely do that. Plugins. I'm going to click on this because this is extremely relevant. These are all of the different plugins that we have used on your site. Okay? There's different things you can add. There's different things you can subtract as you grow or change your business. And that's fine. There's tons of options out there for you. And if you want to know some options out there for you that are definitely beneficial, please schedule a consulting session with me. I do like 15 minutes for $30. So, I mean, it's very, very minimal. Users. This is going to show you who has registered on your site. So you've already had some people register on your site, even as it's been on our test server, which is great. And you want that. Those are people who every time you send out a blog will get your blog. Now another thing is monarch settings. Monarch settings, as you can see here, I have configured in your sidebar and in your inline. Those are the social media sharing buttons that I have already taken care of. Visual Composer. This is something that if you want to create a new page, I have installed for you that can be super easy for you to do that by yourself, drag and drop, no problem. If you need some help, you can always contact me as well. Settings. One of the things that I put in here was WP Super Cache. Now what this does is it shrinks your images and it keeps everything done. So this is something I would recommend every 30 days you look at and go in and cache these images and kind of fix them. Bloom. Bloom is a different animal in and of itself. I truly believe in email marketing, and I truly believe that if you don't have email marketing, you are doing a disservice to yourself. Bloom allows you to connect with MailChimp, which, by the way, is free, and we can set up an RSS campaign for every blog that you send out every week to go out to your MailChimp list. I highly recommend this. Yes, it does come in an additional fee. It's $49, but I do highly recommend it. If you want to try it yourself, I've installed it for you so you have that capability. Huge IT forms. This is something where if you want other people to contact you, do deliveries, do reservations, do anything like that, you have that capability as well. Last but not least, I have installed your SEO wizard, which is search engine optimization. So what I have done here is tried to enable as many things as possible that will be relevant to your SEO to try to keep you at the front of Google and the front of Bing. One of the reasons I actually really, really, really push Bluehost is because you spend $25, you get $100 in AdWords credit, and that to you nets 4 times what you're going to get in sales. Another reason I advocate them so much is because you get $100 in Bing credit, and again, 4 times what you're investing. So you're investing $25, they're giving you $150. You're getting a ton of money back off of that, which I would recommend reinvesting in advertising. Having a website is wonderful. Being able to promote a website is wonderful. However, unless you have domain authority, unless you have SEO, unless you're purchasing Google AdWords, which is quite expensive, or unless you're purchasing Facebook ads or Twitter ads, it can become incredibly cumbersome for people to go to your website. And there's something else that I did actually want to point out to you with this, because this is important and this is something you need to set up. If you don't know how to set it up, if you want me to set it up, it is an additional fee, but I will do it. But I think it is very vital in what you're doing. Well, in what any website's doing, honestly. So when you scroll down here and you see Google Analytics code, this is going to tell you who's going to your website, when they're going to your website, why are they leaving your website, what are they looking at on your website. I think that is absolutely vital data. Now, that's completely up to you. And if you want to just have a website built and be done with it, fine. But I would be remiss in doing my job if I didn't point this out to you. So, this is the back end of all of your website stuff. So, essentially at this point, all I really need is your final notes. Once everything is done and you verified it on your final notes, I will request payment and then I will move it over to your server. So, I hope that answers everything you have. And also, one question I have for you is, what would you charge for somebody to do copywriting for their site, like say for an average of 2,000 words? I have a lot of people right now who struggle with that, and they need that, and I'm not going to do it. You know, I've been on the front page of Yahoo. I've been on the front page of Realtor.com. I've done all that. I'm tired of it. I don't want to do it anymore for anybody else. I'll only do it for myself. So if you're willing to do it, please let me know what your fees are. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you soon.